There's A1. Please say the A1 coming at you from the Big Dub Network. And today we have a discussion centered around our new franchise quarterback, Sam Howell. But before we start, I want to have a toast. I want to toast to the casinos in Vegas because the house always wins and they showed Shaka Tony that the hard way. So me also being a betting man, I would like to bet that Shaka Tony never plays another game for the Washington Commanders. And if anybody wants to call that bet, just reach out to me in the comment section. So toast to that. So Sam Howell, starting quarterback for the Washington Commanders. Moving forward. My initial thoughts was, what the fuck are we doing? Why? Typical Washington Commanders football team, Redskins decision making. We're really going to give the job to this guy, the 5th round pick, the guy that couldn't even get drafted earlier than 5 rounds. The guy that worst season was probably the one before he came out to the draft, before he entered the draft. That guy. Yes, that guy. This has grown on me a lot since Ron pretty much reported to the fan base and everybody that Sam is our guy moving forward. We're going with Sam. We're trying this out. We believe he could be something special. That was hard to grasp, to stand behind. Now I realize Sam Howell, this whole time, was a first round talent. Sam Howell showed us in that last game of the season, just one game, small sample size, but he showed us, I can get rid of the ball when I'm supposed to, and I'm getting rid of it in good spots for the receiving players. Sam showed that he has some presence in the pocket. He's very mobile. He can move. It's not something you want to ask him to do 20 times a game, but 5 to 7 times a game, I'm looking for Sam to be on the move. Whether we're just booting out or we having design call runs, I'm looking forward to it. He has that much mobility. So we're talking about someone that has first round talent. This man's best season was probably his freshman season at USC. If he comes out of his freshman season, he's more than likely a first round pick. He just couldn't do that based off the rules, but he performed well in that freshman year. And his sophomore year, he performed well. And those years kind of set him up for failure for his third year, being that he has a lower level of talent to perform, and they perform at a lower rate. It was just that simple. He was at UNC where this isn't looked at as a farm system of elite NFL talent that's just coming in and year out. So when he lost that elite NFL talent that he was able to quarterback for, he took a dip. His stats took a dip. His performance took a dip. And he came into that season as a preseason Heisman candidate. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? He was looked at as a player that was the best of the best. And he was taken in the 5th round. But in my eyes, he's a first round talent. Only knock I have on I have on Sam Howell is that if you squint your eyes while he's out there, it looks like Baker Mayfield. Think Baker Mayfield's measurables were 6'1", 220. Sam Howell's measurables 6'1", 225. Once I get over that, I think that's the last hurdle I have for really, you know, thinking that this is really gonna work. But once I get over that last hurdle, that wait, this is that Baker. Once I get over that, I'll be okay. But other than that, I believe in this move. I believe in this move. He does the things that Eric Bieniemy is going to be able to capitalize on, getting the ball into playmakers' hands fast. We seen Jahan Dobson making plays if the ball is just placed in his hands. Everything doesn't have to be in the end zone with Jahan. He's going to get there. We all know what Scary Terry is, man. Scary is just consistent. Scary's a baller. He's clutch. And Curtis Samuels. Coming from Carolina, Curtis Samuels was a weapon. Curtis Samuels was used everywhere, all over the field. The ball was in his hands, and he made plays. I haven't seen much of that since he's gotten to Washington. 1 year, I believe he had injuries. Another year, he just wasn't producing, just no lack of production. And I don't think that was a lot on him. I think it was the scheme that didn't really find ways to add him to the game plan. Not just add him to the game plan. Force the ball into Curtis Samuel's hand. And let's see what he has. Please, before we let this man go back to free agency. Can we see what we actually thought we were going to see from Curtis Samuels? And I think Sam Howell can utilize that. And it sounds so much easier than it probably actually is because I have no NFL experience, of course. But it's just the fact that you get the ball into your playmakers' hands and let them make plays. Sam Howell did that in that last game against Dallas. He showed that he understood what he had around him. And if he uses it to a high level, then it'll make him look a whole lot better. I think that's how football should be designed. Get the ball into the playmakers' hands. And let's see what happens from there. Another reason that I'm happy about this Sam Howell move now, it's grown on me, is that, you know, I'm happy that we just gave the young guy a chance. You don't see this often. And when most of the time when a young guy gets a chance, he's it's in the middle of a season maybe. Um, After some injuries, team is already 1-4, 1-5, and they're already booking tickets for Cancun. That's when you see the young guy get a chance. And this is usually around teams that don't have quality rosters. Sam is getting a chance with some ballers, offense and defense. Sam has a defense to lean on. The sooner Sam realizes a punt is okay, then he's going to be okay. A punt is okay, Sam. I think you will realize that. I don't see us punting a lot, though, because I see us staying ahead of the chains, making those plays in the first two downs. We're making third down not so difficult for us like we've done in the past. With Wentz back there, it was almost like he wanted a third and long so he can throw a bomb down the field. But if we stand ahead of the chains, then, we're more likely to have those extended drives. And if we're having extended drives, that means our defense is more rested. What more can you want than a rested Chase Young and Montez Sweat and Jonathan Allen and Payne in the middle? What I want those guys rested. And if we're extending drives, first down here, first down there, That's what's going to happen. And I feel like Sam is going to understand that. So Sam's not in a typical young quarterback situation. He's just not. It's too much talent here for you to have any excuses, because I feel like this is a 6 or 7 game audition. So once you get to that 7th game and Sam is still at the helm and we're still being consistent, we haven't won all our games, but we're winning some games. Maybe we're above 500. Maybe we're 1 game under 500, but we're being consistent. And that talk is had with Sam when, we made it through 7 games, Sam. We're almost at the mid-season point. We just wanted to talk to you and let you know we're going to stay with you for the rest of the season, barring any injuries, of course. But you're our guy for the rest of the season. We don't want that to be something that you're thinking about. Don't think about when I'm coming out. Think about the fact that you're staying in and your mistakes really don't matter to us. Make those mistakes. But what do we do over here, man? We learn from those mistakes. We learn from our losses. That's all you can really do. Learn. And I believe Sam Howell has the backbone to do that. He might play a little bit of hero ball there, hero ball here, but it's enough veterans in important places to let him know, like, look, man, you don't have to do that. We're here for you. And Sam Howell is cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. So if this works out for us, we can spin that bag for a few more years before we give it to him. And I'm all for it, man. You got to pay these quarterbacks. I understand that. But when you don't have to pay them, are you winning? And we are in a position where we definitely can start winning without having to play our quarterback. And at that point, that's when we'll really learn what he's made out of. When 1 or 2 pieces is taken away from him here and there because, we can't afford it. But at this point, we can. So, Sam, what are you going to do with these playmakers, these elite playmakers around you? It's now or never, Sam. Just know we, the Big Dub Network, has your back, because we have faith that you are the guy that takes us to the next level. You have all the tools. Your mindset will be challenged throughout this long season, and we'll see what type of mindset you end up with, the one you display more often than not. And Sam, you have to protect yourself, man. I saw you take some shots in that last game against the Cowboys that I felt like could have been avoided. Just drop. Don't take those shots. Taking too many of them take days off of your career. And you take the wrong shot, the career's gone in general. Period. And we have a great backup in place in Jacoby Brissett. He's not a guy that the crowd going to be yelling, we want Jacoby. We want Brissett. We want Jacoby. Put him in next. We don't have to worry about that. But if he has to take over, he will. But I don't foresee us really needing to use Jacoby. If somebody told me right now, what's this, April 22nd, told me right now that at the beginning of the season, first day, opening day for the NFL, Jacoby Brissett will be the Washington Commanders starting quarterback, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I wouldn't be surprised. But Sam does not have to worry about someone looking over his shoulder. Sam has to worry about Jacoby taking his job at practice. Not once we get to the season. And that pressure won't be applied by the fan base. They won't be asking for Jacoby. So us over here, like I said, the Big Dub Network, man, we give out a big dub. We get out a little dub to every video. Big dub in this situation. It's Sam Howell. You have the keys to the Corvette, young man. I'm going to need you to lean that seat back. Put that sunroof down. We got the convertible. Put the top down. And let's ride off in the sunset, baby. I have faith that we will do great things with Sam Howell as our quarterback. And the little dub goes to Ron Rivera because he made this decision. He and his team of and the little dub goes to Ron Rivera. He and his team upstairs came to the conclusion that this was the best thing. You know, it may work out, it may not, but let's try it because we're in a position we have to pay some guys. And the way to keep those guys is a young, cheap quarterback. We have one on the roster, luckily, that's talented enough to maybe keep this job. So let's give it to him, see what he can do now, and go from there. So Little Dub goes to Ron and everybody else in the front office that stood behind Ron for this decision. Because we stand behind it. I stand behind it. I didn't initially, but once I sat down and thought about it, it's exactly what we needed. So I am Des A1 of the Big Dumb Network, episode 5. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, remember, strive for the W's, but learn from the L's, baby. Like, subscribe, comment. Peace.